So that is the Samurai. Again, let's get the logo facing you so you see it. Lower price point, super versatile overall. Gets you up to possibly 3 stories depending on the footing and where you're at. Easy 2-story pole, no problem. Easy conversion into a trad adapter, and away you go. So we got the SimPole Samurai. This thing's got a heavy duty Kevlar weave throughout it. Multiple sections, but it's collapsed tight. Without the head on it there is about 5 foot. So really convenient for small spaces, working off of decks, putting it in a small vehicle or a small space in a vehicle. And surprisingly, you can get a lot out of just a few extensions. So I'm going to show you here, we're going to use just 6 sections of it, and we're going to do 2.5 stories out the front. All right, so we're going to go 2.5 stories with the new Samurai. Collapsed that here at about 5 feet. It's only got like a 4-inch overlap with a Kevlar weave. That's beautiful. So that's not going to wear off either. Easy to use clamps, nice and sturdy. Right here, we only need 6 sections of it. Actually, I got 7, but we'll drop the 7th one. We'll use 6 sections here for 2.5 stories. This one is kind of the demo. He's got these designed with the Kevlar wrap around the whole thing. So just to show you, this is fully collapsed at about 4.5, almost 5 feet. So if you've got a compact area that you need to store a waterfed pole, this extended length is right around 30 to 32 feet. So very versatile as far as being compact. Now with that though, you get kind of a bulky base section, and that's okay if you're all right with that. But if you have a hard time with grip, maybe look into the Shogun or the Excalibur. But what's great about this is its versatility. All the sections are shorter, so when you're in compact spaces like on decks or something using a waterfed pole, you aren't bumping into things as much when you use just the pieces that you need. So typically what we do is use sections 1 through 3 for most of our applications, which gets us up anything single story for sure, and the lower parts of higher transoms and things like that. Get them all done with just sections 1 through 3 with a real simple trad conversion. So that end piece there, the threaded piece, that comes with the Euro threads on it. I think it's made out of aluminum. But anyway, that's your typical piece that you would tie your waterfed pole or your brush onto. And what we do is real simple. We just take the Unger cone there, and with friction, just screw it on. It's not a threaded cone. It comes smooth on the inside, but if you put it on there and push down at the same time, it screws on just the same. You can put super glue in there or something if you were gonna have it be there permanently. But as it is, simple trad conversion. For the price point on the Samurai, it's a really good deal for most of the websites that carry it. But anyway, that's a quick rundown on the Samurai. This overlap here is 4 inches. So the new versions are gonna be out, I believe, with 6-inch overlap. I've ran it pretty heavy with this 4-inch, trying to stress out the pole. Like I said, it's kind of a demo pole, and I haven't had any issues. The clamps have held up. I've used it completely horizontally as well as vertically, and it's worked in both applications. In general, you want a little bit more of an overlap for rigidity and also to not put so much stress on the clamps themselves. But as it is, it's still functional with that. But what's nice about the Kevlar wrap is that this isn't going to wear off. So you always have this indicator is going to be there. So even if you just use this with the 4-inch and you see that indicator with the clamp, and then you slide it back down over. So as you're pulling it out, you notice the indicator, and you just slide it slightly back in, and you're good to go. Easy to use clamps. That is a quick rundown on the SimPole Samurai 32 foot. Enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you the beautiful new Kevlar SimPole series, their Excalibur and their Samurai. So, right here we have both of them. You can see that this is collapsed 50-foot Excalibur and the 32-foot Samurai. Collapsed, you're looking at just over 6 foot. I'm 6 foot and it's a little bit taller, fully collapsed. All 10 pieces of it, and 10 pieces of the Samurai collapses to just a little under 5 feet. So there's different reasons you might want either one. There is a different price point. This Kevlar Excalibur has a higher carbon fiber rating, so it's stiffer. You really want that for the longer pieces than the extra long pole. But because this collapses into shorter pieces, it actually stays very rigid, even though it doesn't have quite the high modulus. It is high modulus, but not the same level as the Excalibur. We love our SimPoles. I've been using this one quite a bit. I've had it for a couple of months. And I'm going to tell you a few features about the Samurai that I really love. I just got this one. I'm putting it in the field today, but we have two other Excaliburs, the older models that we use all the time. We've got 2 Shoguns that we use all the time, and a couple other SimPole pieces here and there, brushes, trad poles, you name it. We love the SimPole line, especially for their rigidity and their durability. So with the Samurai, let's get the logo up there. With the Samurai, boom, 32 feet, but collapse, like I said, it's relatively compact, which is really great, especially if you're in a smaller vehicle like this one here. It's a Prius, and so there's not a lot of room. Or you may have another vehicle that just doesn't have the distance or length that you want for a longer pull. So collapse is very convenient. With that being said, the section 10 here is a little bulky. It's a little, you can see my fingers just wrap around it. So it's good size. If you're not comfortable with a wider grip, just keep that in mind, because to get the full 32 feet of length, you're gonna need all 10 sections. But because of its compact ability, it's very versatile. We actually end up using this, I've used it a lot as a trad pole. That's sections 1 through 4 there. Let's pull out sections 1 through 3. So for our company, we always keep the Waterfed line on the outside of the pole so we can drop sections that we don't want to use at the given time. And then it's super interchangeable as a trad pole. So let me just grab my trad tip real fast. I'll be right back. And now you have a trad adapter with the locking tip, which is great for a ton of applications. So when we're out in the field and we've got our different ones, say we have the Samurai, and it's nice and compact, 3 sections, each one just at about a little over 4 feet. We loosen up the tip so it fits the cone here. Slide that in there just like you would a water-fed pole brush, and now you've got an instant trad pole. Like I said, this one here is 3 sections. So that gives you approximately 12 feet of pole. Really easy to convert, and because of its Kevlar weave and high modulus carbon fiber, it's nice and rigid, easy to use clamps, and away you go. What's nice about having the compact ends is that if you're in a tight spot, you're not worried, or you got people walking around on the sidewalks, foot traffic, then you're not always having that extra piece of the longer poles sticking out and getting in the way, or maybe you're on a deck and everything's compact and you can't quite get to what you need to with the longer pole, but a smaller option is great. So that's the Samurai. It's nice and compact. So, and it's at a cheaper price point, which helps out if you're just getting into the business. So if you're looking for a water-fed pole that's super durable because it's got the Kevlar weave, it has a good deal of rigidity because it's got a good carbon fiber. It's just not the highest modulus carbon fiber, but it is very good quality carbon fiber, durable, rigid, and very translatable into a trad pole as well as a water-fed pole. So I've been using this one a lot as both because it fits in the back of the Prius really nicely. Now let's talk about a couple of the other features that come with it. Really easy to use clamps. This is the SimPole trademark clamps. They just, by now, most companies should have decent clamps that operate pretty easy. You can loosen them and tighten them with just a twist of the finger, and away you go. I recommend making sure that these Allen head, they're double bolted. So one bolts to the base section and the other one is for the adjustable collar here. So just when this comes in, it's an Allen head. Make sure that these are all nice and tight so that it's not twisting on you. And if one ever does break, which I've never had one break, but if one ever does break, you can adjust, take it off real easy and put a new one on because they have these Allen head bolts to tighten them down with. Easily interchangeable. Now with the Kevlar, the new models, they have a Kevlar weave. Woohoo! That weave right there means that it's not painted. And you'll always have that. That is the color of the pole, plain and simple, which is the indicator to let you know the furthest distance it can. Now, these came out with a 4-inch Kevlar weave here, and the manufacturer recommends a 6-inch overlap in general and to not put too much stress on the collars and the clamps. But what I've done is I have used it just to make sure it holds up nicely. I've used it at its most maximum capacity there with just the 4-inch overlap. And I haven't had any problems. I use it heavily, use it horizontally, I use it with all the sections just to really stress out the pole to make sure it's good quality. But as a general rule, it's a good idea to have a decent amount of overlap especially if you're working more at an angle, more horizontally. If you're really vertically, all the pressure comes straight back into the pole, not a big deal. But if you're going very horizontal, there's a lot more leverage that's always trying to bend the pole and put that pressure on the collars. So there's the indicator at 4-inch. You see that pop out, you go back a couple more inches and you're good to go. Again, as a trad pole section, super convenient. Overall, because most of our work is single and 2-story, we just use sections 1 through 5, and that pretty much gets us where we need to go. So you're not even dealing with that much bulk, and it's very compact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, sections 1 through 5, and you still have 5 more sections here. But 1 through 5 get you this. Really easy. So you're at 20 plus feet with sections 1 through 5, and you can use it as a trad pole for interior 2-story work, even exterior 2-story work. And yes, we do trad interior 2-story work all the time. We rarely use ladders, and we do not use them at that height. So it's really convenient for safety purposes to have an easy to use trad pole. Even better if you've got a couple, so you can go side by side, one guy scrubbing, one guy doing the squeegee work, or if you have a combination of squeegee where you can scrub, flip it around, and work it that way, that works great too. So that is the Samurai. Again, let's get the logo facing you so you see it. Lower price point, super versatile overall, gets you up to possibly 3 stories depending on the footing and where you're at. Easy 2-story pole, no problem. Easy conversion into a trad adapter, and away you go. Now,